What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Soul Immortal, Immortal Minds. Man, there are very few things on this planet that I let get to me that just bother me, right? But this whole Facebook killing slash Steve Stevens slash Joy Lane, whatever all took place situation, man, has just bothered the hell out of me. It's bothered me for two main reasons. For one, just watching the video of this buster, this simp, get out of his car and kill a man that's done nothing, man, just bothered me. It bothered the hell out of me. Pissed me off. And on the other hand, I'm pissed because this guy, this Steve Stevens guy, man, has allowed a woman to just take him over the edge, man. And that bothers the hell out of me, man. That bothers the hell out of me. How many men will end up in prison? How many men are going to end up broke? How many men are going to end up losing jobs? How many men are going to end up in just overall bad situations because they've gotten too hung up with some woman, man? That pisses me off, man. We need more MGTOW men in the world. It would eliminate situations like this, man. I just don't get it. You know, it just bothers the hell out of me, man. Like at what point in history did it become the man's role to just pander, cupcake, and bow down to women, man, to the point where you get all emotional, to the point where you get angry and you making decisions like this? That's not how we're made, man. We're not even made like that, man. I mean, man, we've got the game fucked up, man. We've bought into what society has over the last few decades ingrained in our minds, man. There's no reason for you to be chasing these women like this, man. You know what part of the game is that, man? I mean, think about it. Let's really think about it. As a man, let's say a man and a woman in a relationship. A man is supposed to be the provider. He's supposed to be, the safeguard. He's supposed to be, the quote unquote hero. If there's a noise in the middle of the night, the man is the one supposed to be getting up. If shit hits the fan and finances are low, it's the man who's being pointed at. Overall, it's the man's responsibility to hold a relationship or to hold a family down. If things go wrong, the man is the one who's being pointed at, right? So as a man, you're the one bringing all the chips to the table. So why in the hell, man? Why in the hell are men still sweating and chasing women like that? You see men up in the clubs just, or talking about, getting women's number and blah. I'll never ask a woman for a number. Never. For what? We're the prizes, man. As a man, you have to understand, you have to realize that you're the prize. I mean, think about this. Think about an unemployment line. When was the last time you've seen an unemployment line, people looking for work, in Fortune 500 companies, or just walking up and down the line asking for their numbers, handing out applications, asking for their address? You won't see it because they're Fortune 500 companies. When you're the one that offers the best package, you pay the highest salaries, you offer the best benefits, what in the hell are you going to do? What are you out soliciting for? They looking for you. if you got your ducks in a row as a man, women are looking for you. At no point in a man's life should women or looking for a woman be number one on his list. That's not how the game works. That's not how the game works, man. I can tell you a story, man. Years ago, this had to be around, 1988. I was, 11 years old? Maybe finna be 12 years old, somewhere in there. Anyway, long story short, man. My father, my dad, very strict man, very fair man, very good man. If I did something wrong, man, I'm telling you, he would tear into my ass. It was no question about it. If I did something wrong, he was digging an ass. But there was one situation, man, that I can only assume he began to see something that I was unaware of, right? So I was around 12 years old, 11 years old. And I remember coming home with the bad report card, right? You know, I mean, I was never an A student, but I remember coming home. I believe I had a few Fs, maybe, I don't know. But it was a bad report card. And I'm sitting in my father's office, man, and I can see he's getting upset, man. And all of a sudden, man, he just goes off the deep end. He grabs me by my shirt, man, and drags me to my room. And instead of whooping my ass like he would normally do, he starts ripping these posters off the wall, right? So I had a poster of Janet Jackson. You know, if you remember the poster of Janet Jackson, man, she had her hands on her head or something, and there was a guy behind her with his hands on her breast. So I had that joint on the wall. I had like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model picture on the wall, man. And he just started ripping this stuff off the wall, man. And I remember him telling me, man, he was telling, and it was so many words, never focus my attention on women. I remember him saying, keep your mind on your books and you will never have to chase a woman. I'm 11 years old, man, and he's telling me this, man. Now, at the time, I'm not really understanding what he's saying. Unfortunately, man, my dad died, you know, a year or less than a year after that event, man. So he never really had the chance to just ingrain that in me, man. But as I got older, man, years down the road, man, you know, up pretty much recently, man, it dawned on me. It dawned on me what he was really telling me back then. And it was exactly as he said, man, never. It is never a man's role to focus on a woman like that. And you know what's weird? He didn't even bust my ass that day back when I got in trouble, man. He just grabbed me by my shirt, man, and ingrained that in me. You know, I guess he realized, and I'm telling you, man, I never forget that day, man. But it's up until, it wasn't until I was a grown man I now understand what he was saying, man. So, man, stop chasing these women, man. You get on your grind, you get on your hustle, I guarantee you, man, the last thing you got to worry about is finding a woman, man. And in no point in time, should a woman take you over the edge like that, man. At no point in time. You know, what part of the game is that, man? I don't know, man. We need more MGTOW men. And for y'all that aren't familiar with what MGTOW man is, you know, it's just a man who's stands for man who goes his own way. Men who go their own way, you know. In other words, we've unsubscribed to the bullshit that society has put out there in the atmosphere, man. You know, they tell us that they make men think that we're trained. We're trained at a very young age, man, that our whole purpose is to, you know, go to school, get a good job, be a man, raise a family, buy a house, 2.5 kids. That whole storyline, man. You know, men get to the point where they're not buying into it, man. I can tell you this. As a single man, I've been single for a while now. I can tell you this. There's no greater feeling than being a single man, living life on your own terms, living life for yourself. There's no greater feeling, man. I was married for several years, man. I've been in, long-term relationship, man. But there's no greater feeling, man, of being my own man, living on my own terms, making my own rules, man. There's no greater feeling, man. And it's just sad, man, that a lot of men never experienced that. And I'm not even talking about men who get married. I'm talking about men who live their whole lives under this bullshit system, man. We need more MGTOW men. We need more MGTOW men. So, I just wanted to make this video, man. I'm going to be making a series of videos, man, just talking about a lot of things, man. Talking about a lot of things, man, that just men, young men, need to hear. We're in a society now, man, where a lot of young men are being raised by single mothers, man, and they're just being raised with this certain mentality. Now, I mean, you can't expect for a woman to instill certain things in a man, but there are certain things that young men just aren't exposed to, man, that they need to be exposed to. And that's where the MGTOW man comes in. That's where men as a whole come into play, man. I was raised by a single mother. Like when my father died, at 12, 13 years old, I was in a single parent household, man, up until I left and joined the military. So I get it. I get it, man. And going back to this Steve Stevens guy, man, listening to him talk, the things he was saying, a lot of it I could identify with. I could identify with what this guy was saying, man. And that's what pisses me off so much, man, that he was just never exposed to what's real, to what's knowledge, man. Oh, but we're going to cover it. Best believe that this page is going to be a page, man, where young men, where men of all ages, man, can tune in and get knowledge, man, get well-needed knowledge, get information on women, relationships, man, on how to stack your money, man. Just things that young men need to hear. There are men my age that have made mistakes, man. There's no reason for a second generation to make the exact same mistakes. You know what I mean? I made a video several months ago, man, about turning 40. And that one of the benefits of being 40, man, or really one of the things that should just come with being 40 is teaching the young men, teaching the young generations the truth on what's what. And the primary thing with that, man, is just teaching them how to learn from the mistakes that we made. But again, man, I'm going to wrap this video up, man, head home and take care of business. But stay tuned. Stay tuned, subscribe. Several videos coming discussing this topic of men being men. Again, it's your boy Soul Immortal. As always, be immortal. And I'm out.